I'm Ron Goh, Vice President for System Sales in the ASEAN region for Oracle Corporation, and you're watching me on Web Studio TV. My name is Ron Goh. I'm the Vice President for System Sales across the ASEAN region, which included Pakistan. I'm here in Pakistan after quite a number of years having not been here, primarily for us to run a series of events that's called the Optimized Data Center, and this is an event that has created a lot of interest across the entire Asia Pacific region. So I'm here in Karachi today. I've been in Islamabad yesterday, and I've been enjoying it. IT consumption has been growing at a very significant rate. I think if you look at any analyst report, including that of IDC, you'll notice that for example, data is continuing to grow at a very significant rate. For example, between 50, 60 or 70% year on year. So that's been tremendous growth over the last couple of years, and the anticipation is for this to continue on. There is really no difference here in Pakistan. I would anticipate this to be fairly similar to what's been experienced in other parts of the world. I think there's been a significant demand for automation and for IT solutions. I think that's always been the case. It is the case here in Pakistan as well. I think generally Pakistan IT vendors have sufficient to provide to the industry needs. For example, to the banking industry, to the telcos, to the manufacturers. It's just a different pace as compared to the rest of the world. And I don't mean it to say that it is slower here. I think the requirements stemming from historical implementation have just been different. We are now at a stage where there's a lot of demands for consolidation, there's a lot of demand for transformation. So this is really a good time for organization in Pakistan to review what their requirements are for the next 3-5 years, so as to take advantage of what's available in the industry today. I think data center is one of the hearts of an IT organization. What it basically does primarily is the storage of information, the analysis of those information that are critical for organizations to make their decisions. And there's a lot of things involved in it. It's not just raw data, but it's also in terms of how you keep the data, how you protect the data, how you circulate the data around the organization so that the relevant department will be able to use it and benefit from it. I think there are many challenges in data centers operations, and these challenges are put across all data centers operators. So it's not just unique to Pakistan. The primary challenge would be the growth in terms of the data that's coming in. At the current economic environment, there's also potentially a reduction in budgets to do any incremental capacities or in terms of growing the data centers. And there's a lot of calls for virtualization, optimizations of the data center so that the efficiencies level grows with it. So what data centers owners need to look at now is how do they optimize it, how do they increase the efficiencies without an increment in terms of their budgets, and what is it that within their budget they can use to continue to supply the capacity to the end users. Every vendors are in competition for transformation projects, and Oracle is not unique to it. Where Oracle has a lot of benefits, for our customers, would be first of all, the stack of Oracle solutions that are available, in the marketplace, end to end. So, as you know, we have a very strong suite of database. We have very strong applications that basically caters to many industries. Example, financials with core banking, telcos with billing system, customers, care systems, middleware, that helps to basically connect systems together. And last but not least would be the systems platform, where we have, servers, storage, disk drives, including x86 platform. Now, where we stands out, against our competitors would be, the efficiencies that our solutions runs on the hardware platform, which we often call Oracle and Oracle benefits. All Oracle solutions are tuned to run more efficiently, to perform much better on the Oracle platforms than anybody else's. And therefore, this will benefit our customers to a very great extent. The banking industries, the telcos, the manufacturers, and now including the healthcare industries, they're all big users of data centers because all of them have significant requirements in terms of capturing and storing and protecting the data for their customers. I think first of all, for a senior executive, the important thing is to first ascertain each organization requirement over a longer period rather than what you need for a short term. So what you need over the course of the next 3 to 5 years, as I've said earlier, and then what you need to do is really to try to bring it down to manageable sizes, because you don't want a project that's so large that it overwhelms an organization resources, where people find it very hard to manage a very large project. In any case, most large projects require time in order to fully implement them. What we typically recommend would be for organizations to put phases into their project and make sure that the phase 1 runs successfully. I think the rest will sort itself out very quickly. So my recommendation is truly for organization to first ascertain the requirements, look for the right partners to provide solutions, services, and then work out a work plan that the current resources can manage, and then work out a time frame to which the project can be implemented over time. And I'm sure if you plan it out that way, the rate of success will be much higher and risk will be mitigated along that way. But choosing a partner is important, and Oracle would be a right partner.